Hey guys, we got Joe Burton here, CEO from ROI Marketplace. For those not familiar with ROI, we are a full service digital ad agency. We have a heavy focus on native or content marketing. And of course, we also do some things like Facebook and Google and whatnot. So today we're launching the first of a three-part series. It's going to be really geared around Q4 planning, scaling, optimizations. We've chosen one network to start with in terms of traffic. That's going to be Outbrain. Outbrain has been really a great partner of ours for years and years, although I will admit they have gotten a little bit tougher to optimize and scale over the past, 6 to 12 months. Although we've kind of got some really great tricks we're going to show you today that should hopefully help that out. So Q4 is interesting. Some of our core business in the lead generation space, home improvements, health and beauty, Nutra products, whatever, all tend to slow down a little bit, right? And things like e-com tend to creep up and obviously take over a large market share of the inventory out there. Whether that's through holiday shopping or some other factors, it's definitely good to have a great, plan in place to take advantage of that. So we've been looking around and trying to find some good partners to work with in Q4. One of the partners we've chosen to work with is definitely a network called GiddyUp. So GiddyUp, for those not familiar, they are an affiliate network with a ton of great offers. A lot of those are very gadgety and e-com based. They're all extremely clean, extremely high converting. A lot of their offers actually convert worldwide, which is a huge benefit for us. And most important, a lot of them have a great native story to tell, and it's really a key point behind any campaign. Is that story going to really tell well on native? So we kind of scroll through all the different offers they had, and what we've chosen to launch first is a network or as a offer called Extra PC. So Extra PC, for those not familiar with it, is basically an offer that's meant to help speed up your computer. If you're working with a slow PC, obviously, your lag time, whatever the case may be, there's antivirus software is on there that dragging you down, there's malware, whatever the case may be. This helps clean that all up, and it really does a pretty good job of it. It really tunes towards our target audience, which is people that are 40, 45 plus. I think it'll do very, very well in Q4 for a couple of reasons. One, people will be online doing a lot of shopping. Obviously, holiday shopping tends to grow online every single year. I think we'll get a lot of people that have that immediate call to action where they click on the ad and they'll buy it that day. I also think you're going to get some people that buy this for loved ones. Interestingly enough, many of you may have got senior relatives. You help out their computers once in a while. They had issues with performance or not understanding how to do something. And this is something maybe you can stick in a stocking for them to kind of help them, get their computer running a bit better. So we're going to kind of go over why we like this offer. And obviously we're going to go over some headlines, some possible, images to associate with that. So the first key to any good campaign is, of course, having a good pre-sale page. So the team at GiddyUp was able to get us a little bit of content, and from that content, we were able to develop a great landing page, or two landing pages rather, that I think are going to perform pretty well. So page one, these are both pretty similar, is pretty basic. There's really a lot of key points to having a good landing page, right, or a good pre-sale page, whatever you want to call it. One is a clear call to action at the top of the page. That call to action should coincide, or at least closely coincides with the headline you're running in the actual ad. Two, there should be some attractive imagery towards the top of the page, something to draw people in. Kind of a general rule of thumb on a pre-sale page is you have about 30 seconds or so to really engage a user once they go to your page. If they're bored after 30 seconds, they're probably going to click off. If they're engaged after 30 seconds, you got a pretty good chance of them reading most of your content and hopefully, getting into your sales funnel. So as you can see, this widget here is pretty cool. I think it's pretty engaging. It shows obviously clear call to actions with here's how much you can speed up your computer. People are going to see that, identify their need, and hopefully engage without the page. The text is very readable. We tend to use 18 to 24 inch font. We space it 1.5 apart. Some clear headlines and page breaks to again engage people, pretty quickly. Then obviously very clear call to action throughout the page. You want people to know and understand what they're supposed to do, and obviously make it onto that next page in your funnel, which is going to be this page. Page two is pretty similar. A little bit different layout, a little bit different headlines, but for the most part, the same type of page. Again, we use that same widget. That was kind of something I think is going to do very, very well. And just a little bit different of a storyline throughout the process, some more page breaks and whatnot. So what we'll do is we'll set up these pages, we'll rotate them in equally. We'll start to identify the page and the story that converts the best. And of course, we'll take that page and try to improve upon that through some creative and optimizational tactics. So GiddyUp is also doing a really good job of kind of giving us some headlines to start with. They've got all these approved headlines throughout the, throughout their UI that helps us kind of get a fresh start behind what's working for them in the past. So we've always seen things do well that obviously have brackets written into them, call up a need inside them, must read if you have a slow computer. Do not buy a computer until you read this. We'll definitely be checking this one out. That could be the winner right there. We also see, numbers do pretty well. Increase your computer speed by 300% with this one simple trick. It's a great headline. Calls to action, clear, the numbers are going to stand out. You may even tweak those numbers a little bit, but ultimately, we'll see how that does. They also do give you some images to choose from. I wasn't crazy about the images they had in here, but some of them were at least pretty decent. We use some of these in our actual landing page. We've actually ran a little bit of, computer increased performance campaign type stuff in the past. And we've seen things do very well that use a keyboard or use an attractive person sitting by that computer. Something that kind of stands out. We've got a whole bunch of images internally that we'll be playing around with. We have some control winners from the past we know do well. And ultimately we'll obviously, find what's performing the best and scale with what's doing better. So inside our keyboard folder here, we just got a ton of great images. A lot of these we've either built out internally or at least tweaked internally. So we'll test out some of these against the controls and see what happens. For whatever reason, hands inside of a keyboard tend to click pretty well. If we actually add in little things like, a circle or a bolded line, this tends to help pretty well. All these things will make an impact on how many people click through it, right? Name of the game in native is, of course, how many people make it from the ad to the landing page, from the landing page to the offer page, and then throughout the sales funnel. Every single point in that whole process is very, very important. So that's kind of it for the brainstorming session. Again, we're excited to build out and launch this campaign on Outbrain. We'll be doing that on the feed tomorrow. So stay tuned for kind of next steps.